video, I'm going to talk about images. So here we have a very simple setup. There's an image tag and then a div underneath it. So I've reset my styles with margins and padding and reset my box sizing. Okay, so the first thing we'll notice is that the image isn't really responding to the view area at all. So a good starting point for this is to set the width to be 100%. Okay, so then if I style this div underneath it, we're going to notice something strange. And then I'll make the min height. So if you look, there's a little gap under the image, and if I change the background color of the body, you'll see it even more clearly. See, there's a little gap there. The reason for this is that images by default are inline items, and I can show you this by if we made a paragraph here, and I'll add some lorem, 50. Put this in our div. Actually, you know what? I'm going to comment out my div for a sec. I can actually take this image tag. We'll make the width a little smaller. And I can take this image tag and put it right in my paragraph. And it'll work. But most of the time, that's not super handy. So in addition to setting our starting conditions to 100% width, it's also good to set the display to block. And then if I turn this back on, you'll see that that gap is now gone. And the image is responding to the viewport. Okay, so let's say we had two images side by side. So I'll grab this. Oops. And for our other one. And I'll pause for a second to set this up. Okay, so now I have my two images side by side. And if we notice, the one on the right is kind of stretched out. And that's because I've set the width and height. I could comment out my height, and then it will it'll work. But what if I wanted it to be actually 200 by 200? So what I can do is I can say I can use the object fit parameter, and now the cat will scale proportionally. I can also change my aspect ratio on the fly by using aspect ratio. And the syntax for this, if I wanted to do a square, it'd be 1 to 1. But what's cool about this is I can change the aspect ratio on the fly. Okay,